I was not planning on working today, but I just got a phone call from a potential client who said she's hired 3 lawn care companies to cut her grass and none of them have shown up. Now apparently, her grass has gotten so long that she feels like the embarrassment of the neighborhood. Now I normally don't work on Sundays, but I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to bring you guys along with me and show you what it means to show up for your clients when they need you the most. A lot of guys in this industry, they buy a mower and start their business up in the springtime. Things are going pretty good for a while, but what they find is that they've been underpricing their work this whole time. So when July rolls around, it's 100 degrees outside. They don't have the motivation to go out there and get the jobs done because they haven't been getting paid enough this whole time. So rather than raising their prices, they end up just getting overwhelmed and quitting completely. This leaves a lot of clients in July and August up for grabs for guys like me to come around and scoop them up. A lot of people will try to glorify this industry because of the low barrier to entry. They'll say all you need is a mower, a truck, and a blower, and you can start your business. While that may be true, what they're forgetting to mention is the financial struggles, the mental battles, and the physical endurance that it takes to run this business day in and day out. You have to be willing to show up, even when it's hot outside, even when you're tired, even when you're sick, even when you've got family issues, relationship issues. Doesn't matter. You gotta show up for your business every single day. We just arrived at the job site. As you can see, the grass is very long. Alright, first things first, I gotta go through, scan the yard for any obstacles, like these flags, trash, really just anything that could potentially get caught up in my mower blades and fuck up my nice equipment. Alright, so now I've got my blade height on 4 1/4, and I'm gonna go around, do the whole border first, and I'm actually gonna go around it twice, just because this yard is so overgrown that it's gonna need 2 passes. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go directly down the center of the lawn. While I do this, I'm gonna keep my eyes focused on one point at the end of the yard, so that way I go in a perfectly straight line. Alright, it's not perfectly straight, but who cares? I can always correct my line afterwards. Half the yard, I'm going to go back over that middle line again and then come back on the other direction. That way I keep my stripes nice and steady, alternating direction every time. Right here and right here, we've got a sewer cleanout tap and some sort of city pipe that's poking out of the ground. So I have to be very careful that I don't run this over with my mower, because that could really damage the blade and the spindle. Alright, so now that I've been over the lawn one time, it looks pretty decent, but there's a lot of grass that's still sticking out. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to take my lawnmower, I'm going to drop it down to 4 inches. Remember, we were at 4 1/4. So I'm going to drop it down 1/4 inch. I'm going to go at the yard in a different direction now, alright? So, I've decided that I'm going to do horizontal this time. So now I've been over the lawn twice. And yeah, it looks pretty good. but there's a lot of grass clippings on the surface that I want to get rid of. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to take my mower, put it back on 4 1/4, and I'm going to go over the lawn in the same direction that we did the first pass. What this is going to do, it's going to get all the clippings that are sitting on top of the surface, and it's going to shred them up very finely so that you can't see them anymore. So as you can see, after 3 passes with the mower, going in different directions, we're left with these beautiful stripes here. And if you notice, when I finished, I went around the border again to exit the yard. This is because if I went through the middle of the yard with the lawnmower after I finished, I'd mess up all these beautiful stripes that I just laid. So always remember, when you finish your yard, go back around the border so that way you don't draw any lines in the middle of your yard. So now that I've finished mowing, it's time to trim an edge. Now, my strategy for this is I'm going to go through around the whole entire border and I'm going to flat trim. So I'm going to keep it flat here. I'm going to go around the entire border. When I finish that, I'm going to flip the trimmer upside down and I'm going to put an edge on all the borders. When I finish putting the edge down, I'm going to go through and find any obstacles in the yard. Like for instance, this sewer cap. And in this yard in particular, that's all the obstacles there are. But if there was any trees or mulch beds or anything in the middle of the yard, I would do that last. While I'm trimming, I'm going to point the trimmer in a way that it shoots all of the grass and debris back into my legs. Now, you might be wondering, why would I want to shoot rocks back into my legs? As much as it may hurt to get a few rocks into your legs, it hurts a lot more when you break a fucking window. I'd much rather my legs hurt than my pockets hurt. You know what I mean? Now normally right here, I would just go ahead and put this edge down, but there's a car right here that I don't want to hit. You guys can't see it. But what I'm going to do, I'm going to go ahead and turn around so that way it goes into the opposite direction. Now the final step to mowing an overgrown lawn is going to be to blow the clippings. Now it's important not to leave any clippings in the street, in the driveway. You don't want to blow it down to the neighbor's yard. You want to be nice and professional and leave the yard with a very clean look. It's also very important to put gas in your tools before you try to crank them up. So there you have it. Here's the final product. We took this lawn from overgrown to nice, neat, and tidy, and it really only took about 15 or 20 minutes. When you have the right equipment and you have the right techniques, any job is a breeze. Man, it is crazy how hot it is outside, guys. I had to take a little break in the AC. But while I'm here, I figured this would be a perfect opportunity to show you guys about Jobber. Jobber is what I use to manage my business. So before I started this job, I entered her in as a client, clicked new quote, add the service and the price. Then I can send the quote directly to the client. It only takes a couple minutes, and now from here, the client can approve the estimate and pay the invoice directly through the link. If you guys have a home service business, I'd highly recommend using Jobber. It makes managing your business super easy, from sending the estimate, scheduling the job, and getting paid. The whole entire process is seamless. If you guys want to try out Jobber, comment the word GROW and I'll send you a DM with a link to a 2-week free trial and a special discount. Now let's get back to work. A lot of people think you need expensive commercial grade equipment in order to run a lawn care business, but it couldn't be further from the truth. This right here is a residential unit. It only costs $200 and it does everything I need it to. Check this out. As you can see, this trimmer just absolutely rips through the grass no matter how long it is. If you want to try this trimmer out for yourself, go to the link in my bio and click Lawn Care Starter Kit, where you'll find this trimmer, an edger similar to it, and a ton of other great tools that'll get you started on your business. Guys, this heat is no freaking joke. It's like 100 degrees outside. And thankfully I just finished this yard. But man, I can't wait to go home and take a cold shower. This is just crazy. I finally made it home, guys. I can't believe how much it actually rained today. As soon as I finished that yard, the skies opened up and the whole entire city just got pounded by rain. Anyway, this was my first vlog ever, so I really hope you guys enjoyed it. If you did, subscribe, like, and drop a comment down below what was your favorite part. Hope to see you guys in the next one. Peace!